Okay. So sorry, like I said earlier, what we're going to be training on today is effective sponsoring. The downside of not sponsoring effectively, what is the downside of that? The downside is that you have what we call attrition rate. You start wondering why a lot of people, they still have their leaders, they have a lot of people they are working with, their team is growing, you know, and they have a sustainable team. And then what is happening to you? You don't have a sustainable team. You're just wondering what in the world is wrong with your own team. Okay, so I'm going to teach you today how to effectively sponsor, and something that is quite new that I myself learned just recently, which is taproting. I've always known the idea of the concept, but I didn't know that that's what it's called. Okay, taproting. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching what we call taproting as well. Okay, so like I said earlier, please go to your various WhatsApp groups and say the Super Monday Sale meeting has started already. Please go to every single WhatsApp group you belong to and say that immediately. Like I said earlier, the reason why we have the number that we have now is that I circulated the wrong WhatsApp, the wrong Zoom link for this meeting. Okay, you don't want any of your downlines to miss this. Part of the reason why a lot of people are not making money is because they are not sponsoring effectively, or they were not sponsored well. So I'm going to teach you how to do it so that you go about the whole thing the right way with your team. I hope that makes sense. So that you go about it the right way, with your team, okay? So please go to your various WhatsApp groups and say, the Super Monday Sale meeting has started already, okay? So let me ask this question. Is there any difference between the motive for traditional business recruitment and network marketing recruitment? I want to ask us this question. Is there any difference between the motives for traditional business recruitment and the network marketing recruitment? Is there any difference between recruiting for traditional businesses, okay? Maybe people that work for you, someone that work for you, or people that work for you, and then also recruiting for network marketing? Is there any difference in that? I want you to tell me the truth. Is there any difference? If you think there's a difference, I would like to know what the difference is. Is there any difference between recruiting for your traditional business? Let's say you own a traditional business, right? Maybe an oil company, and you're trying to recruit for the oil company. Is there any difference between that and then recruiting for network marketing? Is there any difference? I want you to think about it. Don't just say no, or don't just say yes. Just tell me. If you think there's a difference, I would like you to tell me the difference immediately. We're going somewhere. I would like you to tell me the difference. What is the difference really? What's the difference? Now, I'm not talking about the actual work they have to do. No, I'm saying the process, recruiting for this thing, someone that's going to work for you, and then recruiting for someone who's going to be network marketing. What's the difference? There's a difference. Raymond said there's a difference in network marketing industry. You recruit and work with them to succeed. You are after their success. That is why I'm saying I'm not talking about after. I'm talking about the process. Do you understand? I'm talking about the difference, the motive, that's what I'm saying, the motive. Is there a difference? I need you guys to understand, sometimes when the buyers, when people come into our business, when they want to go about recruiting, we make it look like it's such we make it look like it's a different, when it comes to recruiting for our traditional business, we don't see any bad thing in it. We put out ads, we put out word there, we tell our friends, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this type of person, blah, 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 blah. We do that and we don't see anything bad in it at all. But when it comes to network marketing, we start feeling like, oh, we're doing something outrageous. No. This is why traditional businesses have a HR department and have recruitment with massive amount of interviews. They are looking for the cream of the crop to do what? To join their organization, which is the same thing we're doing in network marketing. We're looking for smart, sharp people to join our organization, our team as well. That's the same thing we're looking for, people who are going to drive the network marketing industry forward. Different companies are looking for network. We need to understand that this network marketing we're talking about, we're just talking about the business that we do for our company. Network marketing companies now, we need to understand that they are businesses as well. They run businesses the same way that we have First Bank. Just see Alliance Emotion Global like First Bank. The same way First Bank has marketers, that same way Alliance Emotion Global has marketers, where they're marketers. Now, the difference is that network marketing industry they care so much about their distributors, unlike bankers, unlike the banks, I mean. Do you understand the difference? So they care so much about us. That's why they reward us with travels. They reward us with cars. They reward us with so much bonus check. They know that rewarding us so much would keep us, wanting to get more people to be part of the industry. Unlike the bank, where they pay you so measurable. I'm not just using the bank as an example. Every other industry that doesn't reward, most traditional businesses that don't reward their people so much. Most marketers you meet in the bank, ask them how much they earn. Ask them how much they earn. Ask them. I know one of my friends, they gave her a target of how much billions. So is a billionaire for how much salary and how much commission. So there's no difference. We're just the ones that are, you come into network marketing, you start spotting differences that are not even there. You need to understand that it's pretty much the same thing. There's no difference. It's pretty much the same thing. No difference at all. Okay? Now, sometimes they hire the right person and sometimes they don't. This is why people get hired and fired every single day. Stop spotting differences that are not there. It is the same thing. The same way right people come and join your team and then the wrong people join your team. It is the same thing. It is a natural part of every business and network marketing is not left out. And we are also looking for the cream of the crop to join our organization. It's the same thing. Sometimes the right person will join and then sometimes the wrong person will join, which is why people leave the industry. I hope you understand. So don't start killing yourself when you start seeing some people, leave your industry. It's normal. Please, like I said earlier, go to your various WhatsApp groups and say the meeting has started already and post the links as well. Okay, go to your various WhatsApp groups and say the meeting has started already and post the links as well. So it's normal. It's a normal thing. Do not see attrition as a dead end. It happens. It's a normal thing. Right people will join your organization. Wrong people will join your organization. And when the wrong people leave, it's only normal that it's just a matter of time they will leave your organization. I hope I'm making sense. Please go to the chat section and let me know if I'm making sense. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Fantastic. So it's normal. Don't kill yourself when the wrong people leave. Someone said, just like local shops where they print out exactly vacancy, vacancy, vacancy. Or we're looking for sharp people to join our organization, blah, 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 blah. We're looking for a marketer. We're looking for this. It's normal. The same thing you're doing in your business, every other business, they do the same thing. I don't want you to ever look at yourself and think you're doing something outrageous. Okay? So it is hypocritical for people to think it is okay for a traditional type of business to go out and sponsor employees into their businesses, but they think that it is wrong for network marketing organization to go and do the same. It is hypocritical. It is insane. So anytime anybody starts making you feel like, you're doing the wrong thing for wanting people to join your organization, let them know that you're being a hypocrite. You're being a huge hypocrite because you see that it's normal for Dangote refinery will soon be done with. Very soon they start putting out adverts for people to join their organization, to join to work for them. So it is normal for Dangote to do that, but it is wrong for Alliance Emotion Global to want distributors. Have you not seen that there's something wrong with that thought process? There's something wrong with that thought process. So let them know that they are hypocrites. If Dangote does it, it's okay. You will apply. But if my business, if my own industry does the same thing, you start looking at it in a weird way. You're the weird one. I'm not me. Okay? So why is it important to sponsor people in your business? I'm going to talk about that before I delve into, how to sponsor effectively. First of all, we need people to drive the network marketing industry. It's important. You can never sponsor too many people. We need people to drive the network marketing industry. And then let me now make something very clear to you. Unlike the Dangote, unlike the oil industry, right? Our own industry is different. Also because our company would never advertise on billboards. They will never advertise on TV. They will never advertise in these places. You and I are what they pay you and I to advertise for them. The reason why some of us earn so much is because we put out the word out there. We've created such a massive organization that the word is always out there and their products are always moving. We're being paid because products are moving, because of the adverts that we're doing, presentations that we're doing, all these things that we're doing. That is why the company is making money. They won't pay TV, they won't pay billboards. Dangote, when they are done building the refinery, they're going to spend billions, they're going to pump in billions of naira, into the paying a proper HR, a proper HR, human resources. Okay, they're going to pay someone who's going to go out they're going to do massive interviews, put out the word out there, do all of this, all that stress. Do you understand? But network marketing industry, and of course, they're going to do a lot of adverts for their products as well. Network marketing industries will not do that. That is why they're paying you and I to do that. That billions of naira they would have spent on TV and all that is what they pay you and I. So you can never sponsor too many people. There are a few reasons why you must sponsor, and I will tell you a few reasons why you must sponsor in network marketing. The first one is because of what? The 80-20 rule. We already know this 80-20 principle. We already know this principle. 20% of the downlines will do 80% of the work needed to grow a massive organization. Do you understand that? So you can also say that 80% of the organization will not do much. So if you recruit 100 people, 80 of them will not do much. 80% of them will give excuses. In fact, this is not what I thought it was. Some of them will come and say, oh, I bet I can't continue because a rat swallowed my dog. So many excuses are going to come up and they're going to leave the organization. It is very, very normal. I hope you understand. It is 100% extremely normal. But if you understand, that is why I keep telling you guys, if you understand your business, the game of your business, if you understand that this business is a numbers game, if you play by its rules, you get a lot of results. You want 20 people to be seated in the hall during your presentation. You don't invite 20 people. You do 100 so that 20% will sit in the hall. I hope I'm making sense. You want 20 people to sign up during your presentation. You must ensure that more than 100 people are seated, about 100 people or more are seated in the hall. Play the numbers game. As far as I'm concerned, network marketing is not complicated. We're the ones that complicate it. Just same way organizations put out the word out there. They, adverts, and then hundreds of people apply, and probably they're just looking for 2 people. They are looking for just 2 people to drive that department. Just maybe 2 people or 3 people to drive the department. Hope I've not said, I hope you guys are getting the similarities. As far as I'm concerned, there's no difference. It's just some people are coming because they are so lazy to work. Network marketing industry, unlike other industry, opens its arms wide. So every Tom, Dick, and Harry will come in. The only difference is that in the long run, the shaft will be the shaft, or what they call it, will be separated from the wheat. So the right people will be separated from the wrong people. Okay. So remember, if you don't sponsor enough people, you will never find the top 20. That's the truth. The 80-20 principle should be your guide in MLM. If you don't sponsor enough people, you won't be able to get your 20% that are crazy and hot-headed. You won't be able to get it. So in case you're wondering why we sponsor so much, in case you wonder why we keep recruiting so that the right people will join our organization. The right people are out there. They are out there. You see someone who says, the other time, Mrs. Benedicta was sharing her story, and she said, network marketing was not looking for her. She was the one looking for network marketing. There are people like that. Myself personally, I wasn't looking for network marketing, but I was looking for a proper business I was going to do that suited my personality. That was what I was looking for. I was running from one seminar to the other, from one training to the other, because I knew I was made for more. And in the process, I found network marketing. So there are people like us out there. They are crazy people. Mrs. Abigail Asonda had never done network marketing prior to this. Jerry, the same thing, had never done network marketing prior to this business. But look at them thriving, making millions every single month. So they are there. People like that are out there. Sometimes it may take you a year, it may take you 2 years to get them. But if you're going to find them, you will get them. The second reason why you must sponsor a lot is because what? Leaders lead by example. You want to build a massive organization of people that are recruiting and sponsoring new people into the organization. Leaders must take the exact action that they want to see their downlines take. If you want your downlines to sponsor, then you must do the same, because failing to do so makes you a hypocrite. You keep telling people, sponsor, do this, do that, do this, and you're not sponsoring people. You must do the same thing. I sponsored already this month. I've sponsored. Ask my PA, I've sponsored. I do my Facebook ads. I don't just come and tell you people, do this, do that, that I'm not doing. I do my Facebook ads. I have a healthy way of creating leads every single week. Every single week. So I'm not telling you what I am not doing. I'm not telling you what I'm not doing. You will notice that as you increase your sponsorships, your downlines will start to sponsor as well. As you sponsor, your excitement increases, that becomes contagious. Because you as well, you're building your organization, you're hands-on with your business. It creates that excitement, seeing that your organization is growing. Your downlines are motivated every time they see you grow your business. And that is why sponsoring is one of the best ways to motivate your organization. It's one of the best ways. Leaders do what? Lead by example. If you're not doing the same thing, you're a hypocrite. You're a huge hypocrite. You must keep sponsoring, bringing fresh people to your organization, bringing new people to your organization. If prospecting is such a huge deal for you, there's Facebook ads you can be doing. You can be doing Facebook ads. You can do different things while you're learning. Of course, while you're learning how to, to make friends. The number 3 is all top income earners are top sponsors. I am currently the top 2 highest matcher in the whole of Nigeria. Why? Because I am constantly building my organization. I'm constantly building my business. In regards to the situation with your upline mentors that didn't sponsor much, they probably got lucky. In case you're thinking, but my upline is making money, but they didn't really sponsor so much people. Sometimes some of them are lucky. They are lucky to have maybe the first person they sponsored is doing so well. Maybe the third person they sponsored is doing so well. Some people are lucky. You may not be that lucky. If you want to bank on luck, you may not make money. Okay, so you can call them the exception. We have exceptions. I trust me, I had exceptions as well. I have some people in my team that are making money and they're not doing much. They're not doing much. So they were lucky to, maybe at the beginning, they were able to recruit some crazy-minded people, or maybe they just have grace, where they talk to a few people, or they are able to spot some crazy people, and then they bring those people to the organization, and those people run like wildfire, which is part of what I'm also going to teach you today. Okay, so even though they may not have personally sponsored many, I am sure they did tons of presentations. Some of these people that you call lucky because they have some crazy people in their organization. Some of these people, did tons and tons of presentations that recruited some of these crazy, that got some of these crazy people to their team. But they are the exception. If you look at the top 100 income earners in network marketing company, almost all of them have won a top sponsor award almost every year or in many years of their business career. Check them, most of them have received top sponsors award. Maybe not top sponsor, maybe one top earner, top this, they've received one award or the other. All top earners are top sponsors. If you want to become a top earner in our industry, you must become a top sponsor as well. Once you have shown someone the business, okay? Now, sponsorship is very important in MLM. Once you have shown someone the business, it is so important to know how to take them through the decision-making process and into the sign-up process, okay? So how do you sponsor effectively? Most of us are sponsors, but most of us are not. Some of us, all of us are sponsors, right? Especially those of you that have sponsored 1 or 2 persons into our organization. But most times, not all of us sponsor effectively. And I'm going to teach you how to sponsor effectively, okay? Please check the participant list. If your downlines are not in this meeting, go check up on them. If your downlines are not in this meeting, quickly go check up on them. Check immediately. If your downlines are not in this meeting, go and check up on them. We still have about 260 something people in the meeting, whereas by now we should have more than 300 people in the meeting. If your downlines have not joined this meeting, go and ensure, because this meeting, if you keep coming for sell meetings alone, you are wasting time. Trust me. And that is part of the reason why this training that we're doing today, check the participant list. It means you're not a good sponsor if you don't have enough people joining the sell meeting. Okay, so who is a sponsor? He or she is that person that connects or introduces a person or a prospect into the business. Okay, that's a sponsor. Anybody that introduces someone into the business is a sponsor. But who is an effective sponsor? This is someone who does not only connect a prospect into the business, but helps him get started up properly to achieve results quickly. So you're not just concerned about getting people to join the business. You're concerned about getting them to get results from the business, getting them to get results quickly from the business. Most of the people who have what we call the highest attrition rates in our business is because they are not sponsoring effectively. While they may be sponsoring a lot of people into the business, but they are not sponsoring a lot of people. They're not sponsoring them effectively. The question is this: are you just a sponsor, or are you an effective one? Which one are you? Let's talk about the attitudes of a bad sponsor. That would help you know if you're a good sponsor or not, if you've been sponsoring effectively or if you've not been sponsoring effectively. Number one attitude of a bad sponsor is this: they cajole to get people in and then abandon them for another. They cajole someone, oh, just come in, just pay this, just do this. Immediately that person pays 15 account. They move to the next person. They're looking for the next person to pay for 15 account. They cajole them. They literally hand twist them into making payment to join the business. And they are not there to work with them. Please, if you're listening to me and you have been sponsored badly, I need you to understand that most top earners were also sponsored badly. Most top earners, someone did not also work with them effectively. So don't say, oh, because I was sponsored badly, then I have the right to fail. Trust me, don't let anything move to, if your upline is not doing the right job, move to their own upline. You always get someone who is willing to work with you. I personally picked up some people that their uplines did a bad, terrible job with them. That their uplines were not working with them. I've worked with lots and lots of them. And today, some of them are making a lot of money, making like crazy income. So go to your own upline's upline and work with them if your own upline has refused to do the right thing with you. The second one is what they motivate to get signed up. They are motivators. They can motivate for Africa. The one is just, oh, I inspire to aspire. They just talk. But once somebody joins their business, they are selfish and they don't want to help the new distributors. They don't have the time, in quotes, they don't have the time. They are so selfish. They are so focused on themselves that they do not pay attention to their own team. They are very selfish. They are ignorant and don't attend cell meetings or team training. They feel like they know it. When I was going to Lagos to do a retreat with Jerry, when I was going with Jerry, one of my teammates told me that one of her downlines said, what are they going? What is G leader? What are the G leaders coming to train them that they've not already trained them? What do they want to come and talk about that they've not already said? I'm sure that's why some people don't attend cell meetings. They feel like, what are they going to say? What is the video they are going to play that we've not already heard? It's not invite, present, do this, do that. That's where a lot of people are struggling today. You're not making money. They are telling you, someone who's making money is telling you this is what you must do to make money. You're arguing with it. Your village people have connived to deceive you. They are ignorant. They don't want to learn. How do you teach when you don't know? How? A bad sponsor, that is why I keep telling people, if you're not ready to do this business the right way, go and drink your coffee and leave the business. But if you must do it the right way, please make yourself available, because all these trainings are what will help instill the right knowledge in you so that you can be able to instill the right knowledge in other people as well. Remember that we're duplicating ourselves in our business. The other one is that they are lazy with team activities and it rubs off on their team. They don't really come. They say, oh, this is what we plan on doing, but they don't do it. This is what we're going to do, but they don't do it. They do literally nothing. They're so lazy with team activities. Oh, this is the event that we're going to do. They come late. They forget that their teammates, the new people that they sponsor, they need them to help them talk to their prospects, guide their prospects. They don't do that. Even maybe they come late or they don't even come at all. They're so lazy. They are like I said earlier, they can motivate for Africa. You need to see them where they are talking. Motivate, aspire to acquire. But they literally they don't know how to move someone from 0 to 100. The next one is what? They focus on recruiting instead of duplicating. I need to understand that is the mindset you have in this business, where you're focusing on just recruiting instead of duplicating. You're not going to make money. I'm not concerned so much about having so many people join my organization. What I'm concerned about is having so many people stay in my organization. That is what I'm concerned about. I don't want to be that network marketer that will build an organization that will not outlast me. That's not the kind of organization I want to build. I want to build an organization that will outlast me. That is what I want. The next one is what? They have a short-term mentality. Because of what? They do not understand that the growth of the team is the growth of the leader's business. If your team is growing, people are making money in your business. The team, there's that excitement. People are doing the right thing. Guess what? That's what will result in that growth in your own income as well. They do not understand that. So they are so short-sighted that they don't see the long-term effect of their bad attitude. They don't see that in the next 3 years, they may not have a business anymore if they keep up with that bad attitude. I keep telling myself, any attitude that is going to rip me off of a long-term business, I'll work on it today. I must deal with it today. Any attitude anything that I know. That's unless you don't want to build unless you came in here to get lucky. You came into the network marketing industry to get lucky. You would just want to do maybe just get lucky. If that's what the mindset you have, you're not going to make money in this business. You're not going to make money in this business. You may make, I tell people, you can make a lucky 500K. You can make a lucky 1 million. You can even make a lucky 2 million, but there's no lucky 5 million. There's no lucky 10 million in this business. Anybody that you're seeing that is making 5 million in this business monthly, 10 million naira monthly, 5 million and above monthly, these people are not lucky. They know what they are doing. They understand the business. They have a long-term mindset. You can make a lucky 2 million. Lucky, maybe you can get close to 3 million or even get to 3 million. I've not seen anybody make a lucky 5 million. Never ever in my life seen a lucky. In fact, that lucky 3 million, I'm even saying so. I'm just imagining that maybe somehow, but you can't get a lucky 4 million or 5 million. You can't. You must understand. They fail to provide direction because first of all, they don't even know the direction themselves. They don't come for sales meetings. They don't know the right strategies. They don't know how to teach people how to, advertise on Facebook. Some of these things are things I learned while I was in business. They fail to provide direction. And the result of bad sponsorship is what? Stagnation. You're wondering why your business is not growing. You've been making 500K for the longest time in this business. You're making 500K, you make 550. 530, you come back to 500K again. It will drop to 400K. You come back. The reason why it's like that is because of what? You're not sponsoring correctly. You're not sponsoring what correctly. Team members get frustrated for lack of direction. When someone keeps trying and trying, they don't know the right thing they're doing. They keep doing the wrong thing. They keep doing the wrong thing. They'll leave the business because nobody's there to offer the right direction. The next one is what? They feel left behind and abandoned. They complain of lack of support. They become disgruntled. You wonder why you have such a massive network of people who are disgruntled and leaving one after the other. They struggle. They keep struggling and struggling. Before you know it, they start applying for a job because the money that they wanted to get from your team, from your organization, they're not getting it. They're not working with them. I'm not saying that you will not sponsor some people that is not their own fault that they are not making money. That's not what I'm saying, please. You're going to sponsor some people and the reason why they're not making is because of them. It has nothing to do with you. Do you understand that? It has absolutely nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. But sometimes it is your fault that some people are not making money. And that's what I'm trying to show you. What are the wrong things you're doing? How are you not helping them? How are you not, providing the direction, guiding them, sponsoring them correctly? And when they struggle, they leave the business. Another one is that they feel used and exploited. The moment your downline starts feeling used, that, let me make you understand this. I'm not here to come and glorify people who come into the business and they have the wrong mindset. There are people that come in and they have the wrong mindset. They come in and feel like, the reason I'm making money, the reason my upline is making money is because of me. No, please, they're not making money because of you. They're making money because they're doing the business. If you want to also make money, you to do the business the right way, okay? But there's some people that, because their upline is not working with them, they call them, they don't pick their calls, they're not really available to help them. Their first big announcement, there's nobody to guide them, nobody to help them. They feel used, they feel exploited. You only come to, you only ask them, have you registered anybody? Any sign up, let me register them for you. That's the only thing you do for them. How many people have you signed up this month? But when they need you in some specific areas, you're not there to help them. The only thing you concern yourself with when it concerns them, the only thing you concern yourself with is how many people have they registered? How many people that they don't? Where is the code? Let me register it for you. That's the only thing you ask. You don't care about them. They quit sooner than expected and tell the world how network marketing is such a terrible business and only the top, the people at the top make money from it. Please do not be the reason why network marketing is gaining a bad name. Don't be the reason. Don't be the reason. Some of us, network marketing is what we do full time. Some of us have burnt the bridge to be network marketing full time. We can't be trying to give network marketing a good name and you're the one who's giving it a bad name. That is the result of bad sponsorship. Because of what? If you're not sponsoring them well, these are the things your business is going to be faced with. Some of you, check yourself. Your downlines are struggling. Your downlines are complaining. There's stagnation in your team. Check yourself. Check yourself. That may be the reason. Some of you lie to yourself. I've done everything. I've done everything. No, check yourself. Check yourself, really. Have you really done everything? Okay. So let's talk about the attitudes of an effective sponsor. Okay. What are the attitudes of an effective sponsor? Number one is that they set the right expectation for their new recruits. Sometimes, because we want someone to just quickly make payment, we tell them, oh, you don't have to do anything. I'm going to do all the work for you, because you really want them to make payment. I'm going to do everything for you, blah, blah. You're setting the wrong expectation for that person. And eventually when they join, they won't do anything because you told them they won't do anything. Oh, you want them to, oh, because you expect that when they now come for training, they attend quick starter guide, they will now know they need to do anything. They will hate you and they will not do anything. I know some people that will say, you know what, 15 accounts is not my problem. To hell, let it go. If I'm going to come and do this thing. So that's how I'll be lying to other people as well. Let the 15 accounts go. You must set the right expectation. As for one man came to my office, I think sometime last week or last 2 weeks, I was saying, okay, so is there a way that I can do this? I forgot who brought the prospect to me. Is there a way I can do this without being personally involved? I had to tell the man, sorry, there's no way you can do it without getting personally involved. The only thing what we're going to do for you is that we're going to teach you how to go about it the right way. Because he was saying, I can't really talk, I said, no, we'll teach you how to do it. There's Facebook, there are other things you could do. But in the mindset, I didn't want to sow that seed that he was going to come in and there was nothing to do. The moment you sow that seed into anybody's mind, their mind will relax. Their mind will relax. Their mind will relax. Just like, I know some of you, I'm sure some of you remember some subjects in school where maybe the way the lecturer taught us, it looked so easy. In fact, you're expecting so you don't read so much because everything was so self-explanatory. The man told you this is, touch everything, and it looked so easy. And they get into exam hall. Number one question, they did not teach us so. Number two question, yeah. Because you prepared as though it was easy, and then you got into the hall. Yeah. Number one question is looking like you've never seen it from Adam. That same thing that happens in our business. You make it look like network marketing is so easy. There's nothing to do. They don't even need to do anything. And then, of course, they come in and find out that there's something to do, and then they quit. So many of us have failed some subject because we took it with levity. We assumed, oh, it's going to be so easy. We got into the hall and found out it wasn't that easy. The next one is what they care about the growth of their new sign-up. They really care about it. Yes, they want to make money. All of us are here to make money. But deep down, they really care about the growth of their new sign-up. They really care. There are even some things I do. I'm even going to tell you guys the truth. There's some things I do. There's one woman that came and was talking to me. I could see lack of income. I don't want to use the word poverty. I could see she didn't have anything. And she was saying she wanted to drop her last 5K. This 5K was 5K she was going to, is it 5K that the husband gave her to buy something? I just told her, see, madam, just go back and start working on paying installments. Because I know I don't really care about collecting the 5K or collecting the 10K or whatever she wanted to pay. What I really care about is eventually when she can do the business, let her come in and do the business. But some of you that have collected that 5K, some of you that have collected that 5K, you really need to start. We need to be human. As much as we're in this business to make money, we need to be human as well. You really need to really care about someone succeeding. There's some people I know that 5K, bring the 5K, you complete it later. It's laziness that is stopping you. It's excuses. Go and bring the 5K. Let this be the last. Let the 5K pay you so that you bring. There's some people that you can do that for. But there's some people you know that they are struggling. So now you know that they are not even sure of the money, the food they'll eat the next day. You go and collect the final 5K there, the 5K they have. Is it the 5K they use and do the business? 5K that it will take them 1 year to complete their, to register. It may even take them, they may not even be able to do it in 1 year. So, so we really need to be human first, okay? Now they introduce them to sell meetings, trainings quickly. That's what an effective sponsor does. Remember that after beginners class 1, the person should be introduced to sell meetings. That is why during incubation, we talk about sell meeting. During quick starter guide, we talk about sell meeting. We talk about it so that at least the leaders that are training have already infused that knowledge into them. It is now your duty to ensure that you guide them through it. You monitor them. All right. The next one is that they sacrifice to see their distributors make money. They sacrifice. Some of you, your hands are like this. You can't go. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to help. You don't want to do anything. They sacrifice to see their distributors make money. They sacrifice their time. They sacrifice their effort. They sacrifice their money. They sacrifice so many things just to see that distributor make money. Are you like that? Are you really, really like that? They're always in constant communication with the new distributor, always talking with them, always guiding them, always helping them. Okay? They challenge the new distributor to grow in ranks. They always do that. Like, this is what you need to do. Don't just tell them, oh, this, just do it. No, you guide them. Oh, yeah, well, the first step is this: become a Kingsman. Recruit your first 4 people. Have your 3 accounts. Oh, I don't have money for 3. Okay, I register for 2 now. You're guiding them. You're monitoring it. They relate and work with a new distributor according to his personality. You need to understand that different people have different personalities in this business. The way I work with Jerry is not the way I work with Abigail. The way I work with some of my downlines is not the way I work with Miracle, Mrs. Miracle is not the way I work with Mrs. Mercy. The way I work with some of these people are not, different people have different personalities. I'm sure it's not the same way Boss Mike works with me that he works with Ambassador Ronke. 2 of us have different personalities. 2 of us have different personalities. There's some things you might tell me to do. I may find it difficult. There are some things they might tell Ambassador Ronke to do. It was so easy. There are some things they might tell her to do. It might be difficult. There are some things that they may tell me it may be easy. It's just for you as the leader to decipher, how will I be able to work with this person that it suits their personality, and how will I be able to work with this person that suits their personality? And Jim Rohn has made it so easy for us. So easy for us. Do not push someone whose personality can only produce 30%, can only do 30. And be pushing them, they must do 100, they must do 100. They will leave the business for you. Someone that their only personality, they say they can't present to save their life, but they can recruit. They can even guide their teammates. They can guide their teammates. They can do all these small trainings like IPO. They can do all these other things. They can guide their people, ensure that people are coming for sale meeting, but they are not willing to present. Don't say you will not work with them because they are not willing to present. Allow the 30s to do the 30s to the best of their knowledge, to the best of their ability. Don't throw away someone who can only do 30 because it's only 30 that they are willing to do. Work with them based on that. Some people, it's only 60 that they will do. Even if you like, carry knife, stab them, kill them, it's only that 60 that they'll still do in their next life. There's some people that are like that. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Some people will eventually, by working with them, guiding them, helping them, instilling 60. But there's some people that even if you kill yourself, you tell them, if you don't present, I'll kill myself. They'll say, kill yourself, because I'll not do this presentation. There's some people that are like that. Just work with them based on that they are 30. Work with them to the best of their knowledge. Hope I'm making sense. There's some people that will say, I can't do any other thing. I can be attending trainings, I can be recruiting, just monitoring, guiding my people, telling them what they do, but I can't present. I can't do all these things. Work with them based on that. Okay? So they push their new distributors to attend big events to grow their belief. That's another thing that good sponsors do. They don't just recruit people. They push these people to do what? To attend big events to grow their belief. They challenge their new distributors to master the 7 skills. They are challenging them. They are pushing them. They are instilling that knowledge. They are encouraging them. They are doing every single thing necessary for them to learn the 7 skills. To master, like I always say, there are 3 important skills you must master at the beginning of your business. The rest of them, you can maneuver them. You can, someone else can be doing it for you while you're learning them. Do you understand that? The 3 most important skills you must learn. Number 1 is prospecting. You must learn how to, prospect. Number 2 is what? Inviting. And then number 3 is follow-up. And then eventually you ease into how to sponsor correctly, how to present, how to do all those things. Very, very important. You can ease into these things eventually. Okay? They encourage their team and challenge them. Constantly, you're doing that. You're challenging your team, you're encouraging your team, you're challenging them, you're pushing them. Very, very important. Okay? So results of an effective sponsorship, the number 1 is there's excitement in the team. The team is excited. The team is excited. You're telling people, let's do 1. They're saying, boss, we can't do 1. Boss, let's do 3. Boss, let's do 20. Boss, why are you holding us back? That excitement is there. The next one is momentum. Your team is growing so much that you can't even control it. I remember one time I told Boss Mike, I cried to Boss Mike. I cried to him. I was like, boss, I was just crying. Boss said, what's the issue? What's the problem? That was like my first 2 years. I think it was my second year or my first year. I can't really remember. I was crying. Boss was like, what's wrong? I said, boss, my team was just growing. I didn't know how to handle them. There are too many people joining my team. Boss just laughed. But the thing about Boss Mike is that he knows how to listen. but just said, no problem. I know your problem is that, trying to handle them, trying to guide them, trying to work with them. And then he started teaching me what to do, how I could come in, how to start picking some few people, teach them the things that I knew so that they can start working with their people. So I don't have to work with my leaders and their own leaders as well. So he started teaching me. Momentum will come into your team as in automatically. Your team will just be growing. You'll be wondering how to work with all of them at the same time. If you span up, the funny thing, if you sponsor effectively, you won't even have the challenge that I had, where too many people were joining my team and I didn't know how to handle them. Now, too many people are joining my team every single day. I have tens of people that join my team every single day in different states. And guess what? I'm not even there to work with them because I sponsored few people effectively and they're not sponsoring their own people effectively. Do you understand that? Another one is what? Growth in ranks. You must work with your people to achieve that, to grow in ranks. Very, very important. Very, very important. As they're advancing in ranks, they're becoming better leaders. They can better handle their team. You don't necessarily need to be there to work with their people. You don't necessarily need to be there to work with their people. The next one is duplication. You're duplicating yourself in your team. Success stories, through success stories, okay? There's one thing I've started doing for new people that join my team, where I take them around, take them to people who are making money, take them around. All these things are very, very important. They see normal people just like them making a lot of money. Now, like I said earlier, there's a new concept I learned recently. Very, very huge, important concept, taprooting. What does it mean? It is a system approach to suck deep in your team organization for leaders. I always tell you guys, I don't work with everybody in my team. I don't work with everybody in my team. That's the truth. I don't. You can't work with everybody. The moment you decide to work with everybody, it's going to hurt you. You can't even do it. It's not possible. You're going to be chasing both eagles and chickens at the same time. And what happens when you start chasing chicken? You leave the field. You leave the field. You leave your eagles. And then what will happen? Chickens will shit all over you. They drag you away from the business. Okay? So who is a leader? The distributor who produces results, that's a leader. What is the result? Building a sustainable organization. That's what a leader does. The leader is building a sustainable organization. Remember that only a leader can recognize or raise other leaders. You must first of all be that leader who can be able to raise other leaders. The concept of taprooting is to look for leaders in your team to work with, but you cannot see what you're looking for. If you're not looking what you're looking for, if you're not a leader, you can't see other leaders. That's the truth. So have you become the person that you want to see in your business? I need you to understand there's this thing that people do. So let me give you an example, right? You recruit, let's say you recruit Ada, for example, right? This is an important concept you're about to learn. You recruit Ada. Ada starts doing the business, making money, and all of a sudden, Ada is no longer following your instruction, is no longer doing so much. But Ada has recruited some serious crazy minded. Let's say Ada has recruited John and Ada has recruited Joy, for example, two people, John and Joy. But you're still there pushing Ada, pushing Ada. Ada do this. Ada is just reluctant. Ada is not ready to get to the next level because they say for every next level of your life must demand a different you. You want to get to the point where you're earning $1 million monthly. It will demand a different you. You must be that person who can earn $1 million monthly. So you keep pushing Ada, pushing Ada, pushing. Ada no longer wants to be pushed. But Ada has recruited, Joy and John, who have the capacity to be making over $1 million monthly. What do? Don't worry, you can still be gingering Ada, but you need to pick John and Joy, bring them forward and start working with them. I've had some people, some of you, because you're still there, you assume that Ada can be what Ada is doing is that Ada is stifling growth in her team. So you must do what we call taprooting. Look out for leaders under Ada and work with them, bring them up. In some cases, Ada will start making more money. Ada may even sit up, but that's not your business, because if you don't do that, Ada will eventually leave the business because Ada is not doing the right thing. Ada has gotten to the point where she must attain the next level and she does not want to do that. But because you did not help John and Joy, because John and John had been stifled for such a long time, what happens? They'll leave the business. Control what you can control. Okay? Can you control some of these things? Presentation, sign up, those who qualify for different things, attend trainings, duplicate, read the book. Can you control these things? Then do them. Trying to make someone do something that they don't want to do creates frustration. Work with the willing. What to look out for? Use this method, WHIP. Work ethics, people have this. People have the hunger. People have integrity. People have personal power. Not people that you have to constantly motivate, talk. They'll say, oh, boss, we're ready tomorrow. How far now? Where's the thing I said you should do? Blah, blah, blah. And actually, I didn't really do it because of blah, blah, blah. You start motivating again. You need to do this. Aspire, acquire, perspire. Blah, blah, blah. And then they run off again. No problem, boss. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Blah, 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 blah. And they call them 1 month after. How far now? Where's the thing? Report on what you said you would do. And boss, we couldn't really do it because of blah, blah, blah. Please leave such people. They don't have what we call personal power. You die motivating. Don't drag people who are not willing. Look for the willing. Go down and work with them. Stop calling dead teams to resurrect them. Bad news, they won't be resurrected. They'll come, do 1, 2, 3, they leave. Some of you keep trying to, you've made mistakes with them already. You get new people and work with them. If you try, I'm not saying you should not even try. You can try, but trust me. They say it's easier for you to recruit a new person than to resurrect someone who's dead in the business. Bad news, most times they don't come back. Some of the times they come back. Some, when I say some, like maybe 10% of the times they come back. All right. So sort through those, you find the willing to work with. You always find the willing. You find the hungry people. Some people are not poor, but they are hungry for success. Some people have money, but they are hungry to be in this business, to quit all else. I talked about someone in UN that left a job of 1.8 million to do this business. You'll find people like that, hungry for success. They know what they're looking for. Okay. Now let me do a bonus training for you guys. I'm going to quickly run through it. Okay. Placement of new associates. How soon, I know some of you might have this question, how soon do you start thinking of where to place new members in the team? The answer is this. I always think about placement even before I meet or know who my prospect is. It is part of living the business. You're thinking about the business 24/7. I'm always visualizing how my organization will look like and how I will earn my next check. So you must always, please, that's not the spelling for check, okay? You must always think about it. Okay, the next question some people might have maybe in terms of, balancing your legs in the business. How important is it to think about balancing your own business first? Okay, so the answer is this. Instead of thinking about balancing or helping one side, think about building a long-term team that will work together. So for example, you have 2 legs. One is based in Kano, another one is based in Abuja. It makes no sense for you to place a new distributor from Kano on your Abuja leg. It does not make sense. Do you understand that? So what you do so that leg becomes stronger, the Kano, someone registers in Kano, put that person on that Kano. I have some prospects that register in different places. Had someone that registered in Lagos, I put them under, have people that registered in Lagos, I put them under my leaders in Lagos. That's what I do. I look for that leader who's strong. That's why you must be a strong leader, so that when your upline is looking for who to sponsor or where to sponsor someone, they'll say, okay, this person is serious. Let me put this person under this person. I look for serious people in Lagos and put them under that person or under them. Do you understand that? The reason you're doing that is because the distributor would benefit more if he was placed in Kano. Because of increased support. I'm not in Kano. I can't work with the person in Kano. That's the truth. So if I register someone in Kano, it only makes sense for me to register the person under a leader in Kano. It only makes sense. I look for a leader that has a serious-minded person in Kano and put the person there, because I won't be there. It's normal for someone to want to work with someone who is under them. Some of you are lucky to have recruits in Abuja because I'm here. Everybody's under me, so I want to work with them. But in Kano, you don't have that leverage, because I don't have that leverage in Kano, because Mr. Moses will want to work with people who are under him. It's a natural thing. It's a natural, even me too, I'll do the same thing. Do you understand that? If I have a prospect, it's natural. I need people to understand. If I have a prospect, 2 prospects that need my attention at the same time, one of them is from Ambassador Ronke and one of them is from my own team, and 2 of them are saying they must hear from me at the same time, it's only psychologically, I'm more inclined to look at the person who is in my team first. I may beg the other person under Ambassador Ronke, please just hold on, just wait for me, just give me a second. But I must talk to my own person first. Do you understand? It's a psychological thing. So it's only best that you put that person under where they will get the most support. So the answer is always place the distributor where they can get the most support, or in the leg where he has a relationship with the existing team members.